How y'all doing, everybody? I'm Tony Saylor, and this is my skate story. Let's see, where should I begin? What started me to get into what we call the ATL style culture, ATL style, you know? Well, in the beginning, I was skating in California, Long Beach or whatnot. Family moved from California to Georgia. This is where my roots are at, Atlanta, Georgia. So as I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, I had to adjust to things that they do in Atlanta. And one of those things was skating. When I got into the skate world, it wasn't for me to get into the skate world because that's what everybody was doing. It just happened to be something that I kind of accidentally fell across. But I've been skating for about 40 years. So at the age of 4, I started off skating to this point. But the first skating rink that I went to was Golden Glide. Golden Glide was the first skating rink that I went to. When I went into Golden Glide, you know, just put on some skates, rental skates, got on the floor, started skating. Wasn't that good. That name Antonio. Antonio and me just linked. It was like me and him were like on the same page of what we were trying to do, and which it was me, Jock, Elijah, and Antonio. And as we were just, you know, grinding it out and learning things, we ran into another cat by Sean Dillard. And Sean Dillard, you know, he had his own type of flavor or whatnot. He came from the west side. You know, right now we're on the east side when this time period takes today and whatnot. And they took how they did things. And one of those legends was like Levi. Another one was D'Angelo Holt. Of course, you had Skate Man, which is owned by Al Fleming. You had Keith Donaldson. You had Sean Walker, which later on I'll tell that story how me and him crossed paths and I learned a lot from him. You just had a lot of different OGs that were there, took over. And as I said, all right, I wanted us to be official, and I created a skate team called Georgia Rampage. In the midst of creating Georgia Rampage, so let me give you the time periods. 2000, I want to say the crew is growing, Georgia Rampage. Around 2008, I had to deploy. This is when I said, all right, we're gonna make Georgia Rampage official. So before I deployed, I said, hey, I got with one of the individuals that Ronald introduced me to. Antonio, and, you know, Ronald is gone. Some other cats, Deshaun, Kyle, which we know is Push. We're all at Cascade, you know, we're all our friends or whatnot. We all skate together. What ended up happening was a director came and was like, hey, I want to shoot a movie here, man. I like the way y'all skate, blase, blase, blase. And we're like, okay, cool, you know. But prior to that, they was doing this and, you know, saying he pulled us to the side, somebody whistled us over, and I saw Paul, which is the ones, Doug over there, and he's just talking to all of us, and we're like, okay, cool, boom. That was in 2004. 2005 came, something's happening. They talking about auditioning for a movie. We're like, what's going on? Okay, cool, let's go ahead. It wasn't that many skaters in Atlanta. These people are from all over the world they are trying to be part of the movie. We don't know what this movie is called. We don't know what this movie, we know this movie is dealing with skating. And we were like, hey, Tony. And Tony was known as the wild child. So I'm doing my moves, I see T.I., so I jumped up in there, spent, rolled off my back, then went up back in, hit a tuck, bam. T.I. saw that, hey, do that again. I knew right then I knew I was gonna be on because I said I want to get in on this movie. So boom, they did that, because what I didn't tell y'all was the Ones was our rival crew at the time for many years. So the tension in that was legit. So whatever we did in there, we were really giving it all. They gave it their all, we gave it our all. And so after that, man, the movie was originally supposed to be about Jelly Bean. That's how we became the Preps. The Preps is a old school skate crew from back in the day. There was a lot of money spent to do ATL. And at that time, that was during Hurricane Katrina. So a lot of stuff was going on in 2005. 2006, the movie dropped. And the rest is history. From there, you know, Cascade got a facelift. because Cascade did not look like how Cascade looks now. It got a facelift due to ATL, and from that, you know, it was an amazing situation because it never stopped. Now we're pushing the agenda of ATL style. So, you know, I didn't hear anything for about a month. And I was like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know, Deshaun said, let me make some phone calls. Let me see what's going on.
Skate chemistry that
because I had with Sean Dillard. Skating with Sean Dillard, it went to a whole different level. Me and Sean start developing routines together to the point where people were like, yo, see those cats? Where we had OGs pull us in to want to teach us. And back then you didn't look at it like that. It's like, yeah, you know, but when I wear red, let's all wear red, you know? Because what I saw at skate parties was they would say the state or the region, not region, but a different state, and they'll show up in certain colors, and it might be like 12 out there. It might be 3 out there. I said, yo, they got a prize going on for the most represented state. So what ended up happening, becoming an instructor where I instruct how to, the techniques on how to skate for Emory universities. I've been working with them for 3 years. It has, for me, has grown to be something that I like and enjoy. Well, definitely enjoy where we're at now. The young generation, you know, has really stepped up when it comes to Atlanta. If you look at it, when I look at it now, it's more younger folks skating than it was back in the day. And with that crew agenda, you mostly see me in the background. I try to make sure everybody's happy. I try to make sure everybody is, you know, getting a fair treatment, you know. Right now, for the last 3 years, I've been with my current skate crew, Sick on Skates, and I make sure all my skaters get paid every show. As soon as we hit that stage, as soon as we hit that location or whatnot, I try to make sure all the contracts, everything that we need to push the agenda, to push the purpose, is already set. Started Sick on Skates crew in 2009. Sick on Skates crew started with 5 women. Teo Reed, Lanier Maganote, Alicia, Toria, and Miss Camille Gilmore. They actually helped me establish to Sick on Skates crew. But with a twist. Like I said, I was Sick on Skates crew. Yes, it's a crew of skaters. The way that I run the crew is, or way that I run the crew now, you don't belong to me. You're representing a brand that actually goes, performs or do other type of gigs or whatnot. You are able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want. There is no type of binding agreement. And I know that's everybody that has came through Georgia Rampage or Sick on Skates or have been affiliated with me, even if it went left, they were able to grow with what they do when it comes to skating. And those that are still with me are continuing to grow along with SOS.
Okay, last one. What would you say your most intense battle back in your skater days was? Or that just had you like, okay, we gotta push it.
We gotta push it? All right, so like I said, the most intense battle that I've had and had to encounter, of course, like I told people in my last interview, that the ones were my rival.
Yeah.
They were my rivals. So there was an event that me and Sean, we just came back from an audition for America's Best Dance Crew that we didn't get.
Yeah.
So we're traveling from Chicago back to the A, and as we're traveling, the third time that we battled the ones, we had to battle Kelvin and Jamar. Kelvin and Jamar's speed is unmatched. It's just unmatched. We didn't win, but they became the new target.